think we forget the power of a question. I think if we look back in time, questions have transformed cultures. But in today's age, we move so fast from one thing to another that we forget the power of a question. I think that if we were to let certain questions just weigh on us for a little while, they would begin to change how we live and even who we are. But those are my roommates back there. If y'all want to look back there, waving, that's my roommates, my boys over there. Here we go. My proposition is for you to not only have thoughts that resolve, but ones that spark and stay burning. Ones that clash with your own beliefs, yet keep you awake and locked into this thinking. Thoughts that bring you to questions that scare you to your hands shake. Like, is there a heaven? And how do I get in? And is there a God that never needed to begin? Like, what is the purpose for my life? And how do I know what is true? My proposition is that you would allow these questions to pen until you pen your thoughts down too. Some thoughts were never meant to be finished. Some things were meant to stay pending, maybe just to see what my pen does, but we all desire resolution. Whether it's HD to gain better clarity in my perspective, or whether it's finding the right note to coincide God's chord progression in my life, we all desire resolution. Problem is, resolution is often confused with rivalry. And unfortunately, I'm my worst enemy, so I end up rivaling me. Competing with my own poetry to top myself after I claim I just broke through the word's atmosphere. Thinking that I might have no air if I top myself. Problem is, at most, fear grips my ankles so I don't triumph over my... Problem is, at most, fear grips my ankles so I don't triumph over my phony trophies I've crafted myself. See, myself gets in the way of myself most days. And most days I have to convince myself to convince you of myself. And how myself is worth looking up to. And how myself knows that the struggle is real, but myself can help you through this. And how myself is so inspiring that I can inspire you to spiraling into a tornado of success. I have some things to tell you about myself. My feet scrape the same dirt yours do, so there's no point in looking up to someone who's standing on level ground. And the struggle, I've seen it. In Indian eyes as they rung bells to awaken demon gods from brass and gold idols to answer their prayers, giving them the last of their coin to tip them off to a probably won't answer, but keep coming back because I want to consume all of you. I've seen the struggle. But I'm not the answer. But I do hope to inspire you. I hope to show you the shallow depth of these bones and inspire you to look beyond them. To look for something greater. I've come to realize that some thoughts were never meant to be finished. Some things were meant to stay pending, maybe just to see what my pen does, but if my pen can point you in a direction that dissects dormant dialogue, that congregates countrymen to reconsider the city, that challenges civil disputes to reconcile in diversity, and that haunts you till you think beyond the natural limitations society has yoked upon man, then my pen will be worth the time I spent writing these unfinished thoughts. These thoughts that were meant to stay pending until I penned them and shared them with you.